Right, as promised, we're back in the dining room. Now let me just run you through. When it came to choosing how to set this up, I didn't have a whole lot of space, but I just had to do the best with what I had in terms of room here to create a dining space. Now this table was bought secondhand from an antique store in about 1991, so it's been around with me for a long time. It was our family dinner table for a very long time. It's been my study desk at many stages. It's been on a deck. It's had a few lives. So when I came here, I was thinking, okay, I don't have any chairs for it. What am I going to get? So I ended up just getting these studded chairs with the padding. And I think, gosh, I can't remember if I got it from West Elm. I think West Elm. So I've got those chairs there which work. I think when you've got a dark table like this, the trick is not to have a dark chair if you can avoid it. Like even a bright green or something would look better than having all dark. I like to have a contrast. I just like to do something really simple in the centerpiece. So I just always keep my placemats here ready for people to use. A secondhand bowl from the op shop. I buy those bowls a lot. If you ever see those quality hand-carved bowls, something like that, okay, there's a little leaf in there, grab them because they're really handy for so many things. Don't just think of them as using them for a salad bowl, for example. And then try and have something in the center of the table that always looks good and is really easy care. So I always just have this plant here. That way, if I'm going to set up the table and, you know, put a tablecloth and everything on, I can quickly remove those items, but they look good just sitting there as they are. So then we sweep around and I've got this beautiful rattan piece. I found this in a secondhand store. Is there a theme emerging? Can you tell that I buy very few things that are new? I do not buy many new things. I really like old. I like that I don't have to order it and wait. I like that I can buy it instantly, but it has meant me dragging for many years furniture on the back of utes on my own, you know, wrangling them into the back of cars, but that's what I do. I bought this stand at an op shop and I just use it and put a plant on it. As I said before with plants, it's good to have varying heights. And so if I find anything like that, they're gold, you just grab them. So I guess the theme is too with me, I've always had to do things on a reasonably tight budget with design. And I think that that is gold in lots of ways because it forces you to be really creative with what you can get. So don't use minimal budget as a reason not to buy things. You know, I've still had the luxury of being able to buy all these things, and so I'm not dismissing that. But what I'm saying is, had I bought these items all new, it would have been a different story. I would have had to wait for a long time. But in many instances, I have spent very little on a lot of this stuff. You know, for my guests, I've got a little guidebook there. Another thing I like to do is if you've got a nice old frame like this, it doesn't always have to have a photo in it. I've put a postcard in here, and you know, I think it's a Sabella Quartz. I think it might be Sabella Quartz photography. I'm not sure. I think so. And you can just prop that up at the back of something. It doesn't have to sit on a wall. So if you want to prop things up like that, you can. I love these old dishes. Anything like this, I said I'm a sucker for. If I see anything like that at a secondhand store, I buy them and fill it with shells or something like that. Always good to have another little plant. And then without getting me in it, a nice mirror. So if I go back here, you can see, you know, all of that starts to come together. Another thing I do too is because I've got carpet all through here, because it's cold in winter in Toowoomba, I just got this runner from IKEA, and that just keeps the dirt down. I do have a no shoes in the house policy, but it just keeps the I don't know, the workload down, I guess, because dark carpet shows up, lint and everything like that, and sand or whatever. So I just have that down. Now here is another few little bits and pieces. So this is the little chair I had for my children when they were little, that they would read in, and it's made entirely of twigs. And I just could not, even though they're adults now, I could not part with it. So it has made its way into just kind of being a decorative piece. You can't really sit on it unless you're a child. And then over here, this is like a tiger cane shelf, and I've just used it, and I find all these bits and pieces that I put in here. So, you know, old silver trays, you know, things like this. People go, I don't know why you've got a picture of I think it is what is it? I can't think of the word. Oh my God. Anyway, I'll come back to it. Oh man. Okay. And so old books here, you know, this little scooter reminds me of my travels to Italy. Up here, I've got some little old binoculars from the op shop. Now what I do, this might be interesting to you. I find these old casserole dishes in the op shop, and then I use them as planters, and that's only going to work for certain plants. But when you've got a little climber like this, all right, then it's quite good because they don't need a lot of water and they don't need significant drainage. So you can put, you know, a little ivy or any other climber like that into it, and don't give them too much water. They only need about half a cup a week. Now my niece taught me something which I like to use, and you can buy these plastic clips. Can you see that? And you can stick those to the wall, and that helps to train the plants up. So that's why they're going up the wall. Now this artwork my son did in high school, Alex did this, and I love it. It's all individual playing cards he's made. I can't quite get the angles right, but it's really interesting, and he made this in school and I just couldn't part with it. So it's formed a lovely feature on this wall here. So if we go up around, you'll see I've got these beautiful chandeliers here. Unfortunately, in the storm, I got some significant damage to my ceiling up here. So unfortunately, a lot of that is bowing, but you know, that's old houses, I guess. They have that. So, so there you go. That's my dining room. And from the dining room, just to get you ready for the next videos, 2 of my guest bedrooms are through here, and I'll be heading into those in another video. Okay, thanks. Bye.